Hey, what's going on, everybody? UltimatDjz here from the Talking Trek podcast, here with your Chapter 5 summary, the epic conclusion, right? After 5 months of TNG, here we are with the Chapter 5 story. And as you remember, what we left off with last month was the progenitors getting involved and actually stranding the next generation crew here in our timeline, in our universe. So what are they up to? Let's see if we can find out. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your TNG Chapter 5 story. Now, if you were below Ops 32, you didn't get this story. 32 and above were able to get at least the core missions, 1 through 10, and then it was 42 plus to get the side mission. And we're going to talk to you a little bit about that coming up here as well, because that one, believe it or not, actually had, in my opinion, a slightly better story than the core missions did. So let's jump right in, and we'll begin telling you a story. Look below this lovely furry kitty to your dialogue there. And Maya receiving a communication from the Enterprise, all right? We're wondering, we're hoping they're doing well after the progenitors have stranded them here in our galaxy. Geordi says, come on, we got to get you over here. Disaster has struck. And, of course, Maya being curious, Geordi says, nah, just get here. Just get here. So, of course, we go over. Maximum warp. That's what we do. And Geordi says, it's chaos. So, we decide to go on shore leave, right? After the difficult few months we have, and this is the chaos. Do you see my eye twitching? Do you see the cat's eye twitching right here? This is the story we have. The crew cannot decide where to go. We have absolute pandemonium, dogs and cats laying together. Absolute nutso, okay? We can't decide where we're going to go on shore leave. It's been pretty stressful, says Geordi. It's a big decision, after all. Riker comes in and says, I see Geordi has filled you in on our disagreement. Perhaps you can recommend where we're wanting to go. Worf and Will want to go to a camping resort. It's interesting that Riker wants to take Will and Worf camping, which is cool. Worf seems interested in that. Then Picard and Deanna and Beverly are looking for something relaxed. They want to go to the beach, all right? So Riker says we could split it up, but the crew is split. The crew is undecided, 50-50. What did you choose, Geordi? Well, he chose the beach resort, but Data wanted to go camping because he wanted to see how humans live. What? Why? All right, well, we picked. What did we pick, Snake Eyes? Snake Eyes, what did we pick? Looks like we're going to the beach. We're going to the beach. So they say, hey, listen, you want to come along? Okay. Maya says, yeah, sure, okay. Maybe we'll go. We're familiar with where you're wanting to go. It's the Outlaw District, folks. It's the exchange market area, okay? But, hey, shore leave could be fun. We'll go. We'll pack up, and we'll head out, okay? So here we go. Riker says, oh, boy, this is bad. And now Maya with her jokes making fun of Riker. No, actually, the Enterprise has been stolen. Because, everybody went on shore leave and they forgot to lock the doors and the keys were still in the ignition. So the Enterprise is gone, okay? The Enterprise gets stolen. Picard says, we're going to go talk to security. We're going to talk to security. Maybe they've got camera footage. And, of course, the resort director, super nice and sweet. I hope you're having a good time. But, yeah, our ship's missing. Well, she says that just absolutely can't happen. Can't happen. So Picard says, well, I assure you our ship is gone. But anyway, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll send your request to the head of our security, and we're going to figure out what happens. By the way, still need you to pay the bill. I wonder how many times I'm going to sigh during this video. All right, I expect it to happen at least like 3 more times. Yeah, the bill still needs to be paid because the writing is just top notch, top shelf. The bill we just got here. Yeah, we require payment in advance. Blah blah blah. Like this stuff matters. 700,000 to lithium. Fine. Guess what? They're going to have to mooch off us. Their ship's gone. Right? They got mugged. The ship is gone. So we got to pay 700,000 to lithium. There's one. Okay. Yeah, we'll pay you back when we get the ship back, right? That's what our friends always say. We'll pay you back. Okay. Anyway, listen, great timing. Head of security found something, a warp trail from your ship and leading to a system. By the way, they never addressed how the ship was stolen in the first place. Like the top-notch security and all this stuff. How did it get stolen, resort director? Anyway, we decided to go and try to find our ship, okay? We're going and we're looking. We're in the bad neighborhood. It's a system of criminals, all right? And then we spot the Enterprise. We see it, but it warps away, right? So then we go chasing, all right? We go chasing and we're tracking the Enterprise. And Riker says, hey, it could be a trap. Yeah, it could be a trap, but we've come too far. We must go get our ship. The Enterprise is there. We stumble upon it in the middle of the system. Don't damage the ship, says Riker, but we do disable it. Damage seems minimal. And now we get to find out who has stolen the D. All right, who needed the D so bad that they broke a law and they came and stole it. Captain Jean-Luc Picard says, listen, that's my ship. Who are you? And who do we get here? Captain Spinny Circle. Yeah. There's two. Captain Spinny Circle. Ro Mudd makes her reappearance into the game. I just wanted to get your attention. Oh, it looks like she did finally load there. I just wanted to get your attention, okay? And Wrecker says, wait a second, I recognize you. You were fighting with the Bajorans. And then Miles like, wait a second, we know her. She's a huge criminal. All right? And Ro with her jokes. Nicest thing. The nicest thing anybody's ever said. But anyway, listen. I stole your ship because I need your help. Oh, my. I stole your ship because I want you to do me a favor. Anyway, so we recall. We got to sit down at the conference room. We're going to talk about it. Riker's going to take the ship back to the resort to pick up the crew. And Ro Mudd throwing insults. I don't know who you are, old man. Talking to Picard. Oh, man. Anyway, then why did you steal our ship? She stole the ship because she was trying to get to us. Ro Mudd was trying to get to us, and she knows that we've been spending time with the TNG crew. You could have just sent us a message, but she fears that her messages are being intercepted. Who is doing it? Starfleet. Starfleet is doing it because what we've got here is we've got an officer, a crooked officer named Jones. He was involved when Starfleet was investigating the eclipse. And then, of course, when we pulled our famous heist last summer, Starfleet was left humiliated. So he set his sights on bringing down Ro Mudd and her team, even fabricated evidence to try to frame them for the crime. So Maya says, yeah, sure, we'll look into it. And Picard says, I don't know about working with criminals, but listen, at the end of the day, Ro Mudd might be a criminal, but she might have a big old warm and soft and cuddly beating heart where she helps things like, you know, preventing Romulan super soldiers and bringing down, you know, the exchange systems and all that jazz, all right? So if there is a corrupt Starfleet officer, Picard says, I'd like to get to the bottom of it. So we'll help out, okay? We're going to go get Riker from the resort. We've got the crew. And now we've got to go try to find some people. We've got ships coming after us, chasing us. We got to kill the ships, kill all the ships. And then we find Sisha. Oh, Sisha! How are you, girl? How you been? She's goofy. All right. Glad you guys showed up when you did. Sticky situation I found myself in. All right. But hey, good to see you guys. All right. Good to see you guys. We're friends. We're besties, she says. Absolute besties. All right. But making fun of Picard and Riker because, you know, they don't take a joke real well. So we got Ro and we got Sesha now. We got a corrupt Starfleet officer named Jones trying to frame them for a crime, maybe a crime that they haven't actually committed. And Riker's trying to wrap his head around all this stuff. So, have you committed crimes since being granted immunity? Picard wants to know because he's a man of the law. All right. And Ro's like, oh, yeah, for sure. We did a lot of illegal stuff, but that's not important. That's not important. We've been helping the Bajorans. We are on the same team. And interestingly enough, she's poking around in the Starfleet database from the Enterprise D and discovers that Picard and team are not from this galaxy. So she proposes a stunt to plant Picard in Starfleet headquarters. And Picard's like, yeah, cool, I'm good with that. Riker is like, dude, seriously? Can't do it. But whatever. Rose says, all right, fine. We're going to do it. We got to do it this way. So if anyone in Starfleet questions who you are, that's the explanation, all right? You're from a different galaxy. Because it's super believable. Excuse me, hairball. So we got to go pick up some documents. We got to do this, got to do that, got to run a bunch of errands. We got to pay more tritanium. And yeah, because everybody's broke, we got to pay it all, okay? So Ro gets the documents. We got the documents, but then somebody's following us. We got to kill some hostiles. We got to blow some stuff up. All right, Sesha's being goofy and talking about how much she's learned from all the times that she's failed. Anyway, Picard says, listen, that's fine. Let's get this thing underway. I'm ready to go to Starfleet headquarters. Let's get it on. Woo! What's going on there? Blurry. Why? I'm frozen. Snake eyes. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. What happened? Was that the last mission of the 1 through 5? Is that? Boy, I am just super titillated. I'm on the edge of my seat with anticipation, mystery, and drama. All right, so yeah, that was core 1 through 5. So here we're starting core number 6. We're going to drop you off at Starfleet. We're going to go blow up some ships, and maybe that'll get some people distracted, and we'll get you in there, okay? So that's what we're doing. We got this big old conspiracy thing. Picard is playing a pawn in Starfleet headquarters. Ro's going to go blow up a bunch of ships. Picard's in. Riker says, listen, I don't know about all this. And Ro Mudd calls him Beard. That's funny. Ro Mudd's a little whippersnapper. She's got a little bit of fiery attitude. I kind of like you. Ro. If you weren't such a criminal, I think we could have been besties. Maybe even secret lovers. Meow. All right, so Sesha enjoying the Ro and Riker team up there. Team R&R, the dream partnership. But in meantime, Ro is all about the business. All right, we got to go somewhere. We got to create a distraction. Got to go kill some ships. Sesha's like, oh, I know where to go. This is where we go because, I've been there before. So we go, we find the barracks. We're going to go blow up some ships. We're going to try to get Ro arrested. She's going to get herself captured. All right. And Picard is going to be the one to capture her. He becomes the golden boy, which is going to help the plan. Plus, it's going to further humiliate the Starfleet officer who's trying to frame Ro and company. All right. So Riker's like, yeah, I don't know about all this. But Ro's like, listen, this is what we do. All right, so let's just go. All right, you've got your instructions. You have your orders, Riker. Let's do it, all right? So here we go. Ro gets arrested. Picard takes her in. Sesha's like, okay, here's how we're going to find her. Riker says, okay, we got to go break her out. And so that's what we do. We go over to the Starfleet headquarters so we can track her ship, and we find out that they have taken Ro to Starbase 148. So that's where we're going to head. We're going to go. Riker is going to follow true to his officer ability and fire upon Federation ships. And we're going to disable those ships and break Ro out of prison. Okay, so we get her. She's back on board. And now we're going to take the evidence that we have against Jones, because I don't know. I guess maybe that's what she had to do while she was in prison. I mean, I don't know. That part of the story was a little bit left out. Like, why did she need to get herself arrested? There must have been something she needed, right? So, anyway, she got the evidence that she needs. Now we got to broadcast it to the galaxy. We got to broadcast it, but Starfleet's onto us, all right? So they catch up with us. We got to blow up some more ships. We're being hailed, and it's Jones, all right? It's Jones. I finally got you, he says. Except not really. We're just going to go. We're going to go blow up his ship, okay? That's what we got to do. So we attack the ship. We escape. We get away from Jones. And but there's more ships coming, so we got to bounce. Got to get gone, all right? So we decide to break up, all right? We decide to split up. That's what all criminals do on their getaways, right? We got to split up, and we'll meet up at the rendezvous later. Under the bridge, by the river, midnight, sharp, under the full moon. Bring your money-counting gloves, all right? So anyway, that's what we decide to do. We decide to go catch up, and we warp right into an ambush. So we got to kill a bunch of ships, blah, blah, blah. Then we're looking for Sesha and Ro. We're going to have to meet up with them back at our station. So we finally get everybody together. Yay, everybody's together. And there is this small little kink with the plan, all right? Jones knows Picard was a spy. How he knows, who knows? Because this story is so engrossed with detail and information that you could really kind of paint a full novel picture in your head. So we got no idea. Picard, though, is compromised, all right? So we got to get him out of there. So now, just like we broke out Ro, we got to go break out Picard. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go. We're going to blow up some ships. We're going to get over to Tau Ceti. We are going to intercept the pad that has the evidence against Jones, and we're going to take it over to the reporter. There she is, Theana. She got the scoop, and here's what we discover. That Ro was doing this all along just to get a story dropped against her. Okay? Gonna run the story tonight, but Ro says, what about this other story? About the outlaw activity. What outlaw activity, might I ask? Maybe this is our first Easter egg. Maybe. What outlaw activity? What was Ro so desperate to hide that she went in and did this whole thing with Jones and whole thing with Picard and our crew, stole the Enterprise D, all so she could hide whatever the outlaws were up to. So the reporter says, yes, naturally the story is dead, so now we got to go break out Picard, which we do. Starfleet shows up, and we've got to get Picard out of there, okay? So he knows he's compromised. He's being fired upon. We get him out. We get Picard. We know that Jones now knows who Picard is. We get the information over to the reporter. Everything worked out. Yay! Jones is done for. We're off the hook for what? Again, I must ask. Why are we off the hook? All right. But we do find someone that has hailed us. We open the communications channel, and here we go. Jones is after us again. Just another Tuesday. She says that like 6 times in this mission chain. Just another Tuesday. Did all of this happen on a Tuesday? It was a very busy Tuesday. Snake Eyes, very, very busy. Like I can't imagine being that busy on a Tuesday. It would wear me out. I'd be very sleepy at night. Need a cat nap. So anyway, it's time. We're done. Jones is handled. The report is out. Jones is being arrested, and Picard's like, okay, time to go back to the beach. Time to go back to the beach. Rose says no. Sesha wanted to go, but Rose says, listen, we got stuff to do. Picard says, all right, so let's get back, and that's it, okay? Have you been enjoying us? It's dinner time. Why don't you come and join us for dinner time? And that's where we left off. And here's why I'm miffed. Okay, here's why I'm really mad. This story left no conclusion. What did they have for dinner? Seriously, what did you eat? Scopely, this was important. What was for dessert? What flavor ice cream was it? Storytelling. Finally, here we go, folks. Brimstone. This was the side mission. Brimstone was the side mission and actually kind of had a decent story in and of itself, but only available to Ops 42 because it took place in deep space. So here we go, folks. I'm going to give it to you. Geordi sending us a communication, and we've got some serious problems. We've got our ship back, but we've got onboard failures. Running on auxiliary power, we could use an assist. Maya says we'll be there, okay? So we're on our way. Warp drive is taking damage. Computers are all jacked up, all right? And we think it's probably because solar flares. We got no idea. Or maybe solar flares are going to come destroy the ship. We got no idea. Whatever it's going to be. But guess what? They need more stuff. 500,000 dilithium. That's what we do. So it's working. We get it up. We get the warp drive going, and we can get the ship to safety, all right? What caused it? Well, we got no idea. All right. But what we do know is that apparently they were looking for a ship called the Brimstone. All right. Now, no mention of this ship up until this point in the story. Because, again, we are overflowing with details, an abundance of details here. All right. However, we need help finding a lost independent cargo ship that we received a distress call for a few hours ago. Okay. So maybe the details came afterwards. Fine. All right. He says, listen, this is what we were working on, but maybe we could use your help, okay? We ran into trouble, so we had to stall, but we were trying to figure out where the Brimstone was, all right? Lives at stake. Time of the essence. Will you take Riker and Data with you to continue the rescue operation? Of course we will. So we hop on a ship and we go, and we find where we think the Brimstone left off. We found what we think is a crash site on a planet, but we don't find anything. So we're going to head down to the planet. It's time for an away team assignment. Love the tie-in. All right. Suiting up. All right. Because the planet's surface may be inhospitable. Then we find evidence of weapons fire. Okay. Somebody firing at us. Maybe a warning shot. We could go to red alert. Do you wish to remain on board? Riker says, no, we're going to go on down. We're going to look for survivors. You're going to have to buy us some time. So Data's in charge. The unknown assailant has locked weapons on us. We will initiate evasive maneuvers. We'll need to defend ourselves. And then the Tholians appear. The Tholians. Okay? And he says, are you the one known as Sayfarth? I'm just going to call him Fart. Let's make this story real good. Let's come. You are not the one known as Fart. This is going to be fun. We don't know anybody by the name of Fart, says Maya. Apologies, Maya, but Data says that's not actually true. Captain Fart was the independent captain. This is going to be a lot more fun. Captain Fart was the captain who issued the distress call that we are now investigating. All right, we're looking for the Fart. He is an enemy of the Tholian Assembly. Acts of great destruction against us, okay? Perhaps we can aid in the investigation, Data says. We believe that this is his ship. It crashed on this planet. And we discover that Captain Fart has stolen large amounts of isogen, sensing a tie-in here, maybe to the Meridian or tie into territory somehow. The Tholians are involved, okay? Destruction of our facilities in the origin sector, that's territory capture space, and killing dozens of Tholians. All right. Serious accusations, says Maya. It would appear that Captain Fart is a fugitive, so we're going to work with the Tholians to try to find Captain Fart. We're going to give him all the analysis. We're going to give him all the data. We're going to do all that stuff. Riker checks in. Nobody at the planet's surface. No life signs, no bodies. Totally abandoned. All right. Well, Data gives him the 411. We're cooperating. So Riker's going to come on back up. Then the Tholians are freaking out. They're freaking out because they're like, listen, you beamed up our fugitive. Though they attack us, we have to defend ourselves. Give us Fart. Give us Fart. Enough deception. And Data says, listen, we don't know where the Fart is. Okay. We got no farts here. There's no farts. All right. Tholians say that he beamed up with Riker, but Riker says, wait a second. That was me. I was just returning. All right. But maybe there's a stowaway. Riker says we're going to have to try to find and make sure that there's no stowaways. We'll offer to run our investigation into the crimes against your people. The Tholians agree. All right. So we rendezvous. We give all the data. We give all the findings. We're comparing notes, and we're searching for the Fart. All right. However, what we find later on is that Captain Fart was working with the Breen. All right, and if you guys remember back to the story of territory capture, the Tholians and the Breen were fighting each other over space and territories and particles and this and that. All right, look, even a callback to the Trill and the Bolians involved in mining for isogen. So a very heavy story here based into the fact about Captain Fart mining and stealing isogen. All right. As a matter of fact, apparently a Breen warship was tracking down Captain Fart. So we decided we're going to go look for the Breen. All right. We're going to go try to find the Breen and see if they know where Captain Fart is. So we find a Breen patrol. They look like they're actually looking for the Brimstone themselves. So we decide to go, but then they're going to attack us. So we got to defend ourselves again. More killing red hostiles. And the Breen are attempting to get away. So we are going to put this thing to a stop. Like the Tholians are firing on the Breen are fighting with the Tholians, and Riker says we're going to play Galactic Peacekeeper. We are going to force the conversation. Let's disable the Breen and disable the Tholians, so they got to sit and talk. All right. So what we do is we sit down. We got to find Captain Fart. He's either in an emergency situation or he's a wanted criminal. Either way, we got to find it. Now it turns out that the Breen were not working with Fart, but they were hunting him as well. He is a fugitive. Captain Fart has deceived us all. He must be destroyed. All right. Breen says, listen, we want to capture him and then make him work for us is what they want. The Tholians want to kill him. So we are going to have to make a decision. Here we go. We're going to side with the Tholians, or are we going to work with the Breen? Here's our rewards. And it does appear as though Snake Eyes has opted towards working with the Breen. I mean, and why wouldn't you? 150 ship XP. Now, if that was 150,000 ship XP, I could have been convinced to work with the Tholians. But for 150, yeah, I think the Breen's going to get my choice right here. They get my vote, Snake Eyes. What did we do? Yes, we're going to go with the rewards. We're going to work with the Breen, so we're going to go with them to try to find Captain Fart, okay? We were looking at the wreckage of the Brimstone, but the Tholians are coming around for another attack because they feel like we betrayed them. So we've got to defend the Breen and defend ourselves, but now Data has discovered that the Brimstone was never attacked at all. All right, that the ship was abandoned and scuttled for a purpose. We're going to have to find Captain Fart to get to the bottom of this mystery. All right, so we go back to the Brimstone's crash site, and we're going to try to see if we can figure out a course from his getaway vehicle. And here you can see we're all up in deep space going through all this stuff, all right? But there is something afoot, says Data. Something doesn't add up, all right? Where is the crew? Where have they gone? So we look for an independent vessel. We're looking to speak with Captain Fart. We got a distress call, all right? Do you know where Captain Fart is? All right, now the Orions are involved. Wait, is it the Tholians or the Breen? We have no clue. Everyone is so mean. And everybody is damaged. It feels like Captain Fart's just really making a lot of people very angry today. All right, so what we do is now we're trying to be able to communicate with these guys. Who knows who they are? We still don't know who they are. But we're going to talk about the Tholians. We're going to talk about the Breens. They're all coming together, and we've got to try to communicate with these folks, okay? So there's the Tholians, and supposedly, somehow, Data finds Captain Fart, all right? Maybe he was never on the ship. Maybe he was on the ship, but we are seeing that there's a warp core breach, and the ship vanishes. Blown to smithereens, and the Tholians say, okay, well, at least Captain Fart is dead, okay? And Maya says, listen, there's something weird going on here. Something doesn't add up. Could Captain Fart still be alive? But we don't know, because that's the end of the story. We go back. Picard's like, hey, what's up, everybody? Did you have a good time? Unfortunate outcome, but you did a great job. Come on back. Let's have a drink and play some poker. Tea, Earl Grey, hot. And that's the end. All right. We have a lot to learn about alliances and relationships between the inhabitants of this quadrant, it seems. That's the last slide. Snake Eyes, did you leave something out? There's nothing else? The keyboard's not working. There's no more slides. And there it is, my fifth yawn. Sigh. Express of discontent with the story writing this month. Listen, the Ops 42 mission was actually not terrible. It was actually a little bit better than what the core missions were. But man, give me back those progenitors. Give me back those evil twists. Give me back those huge plot twists and those huge surprises. Because this month was just silly. Who steals a starship because the keys were in the ignition? Seriously, who wrote this? Here's hoping that the next arc, whatever it may be, brings us a better story than the epic 5-month finale to The Next Generation. Was this a 5-part sequel? Was this the final installment? And was it worthy of being like the big culmination? Like, you know, you watch all the movies and then you got the finale and it's a 2-part movie and it makes gazillions of billions of dollars. And this one was the one that nobody wanted to see. Sure was. This was it right here. The one that nobody needed. What do you think, community? I know I'm being silly. Leave your comments in the section below. I got nothing else to say about it. Leave your comments in the section below. We'll make fun of it together. Hit the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, we are so close, pushing towards 5,000 subs for 5,000 materials. Or is it 5,000? 5,000 materials for 5,000 subs. When we get to 5,000 subscribers, we are giving away 5,000 materials. It's all coming up very, very soon right here at UltimatDjzPlayz.com and our YouTube channel. Be sure to smash that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Share it with your team. And we will do more content in the future and let you know. If you click the bell, you'll know about it, all right? My name is UltimatDjz, your friendly neighborhood cat person saying meow for now. Go find a good book because Star Trek Fleet Command did not have it this month. Go find a good story. Meow for now. Love you, mean it, everybody. See you later. Bye, meow. Woo.